also joining us. He's the co-owner of Jonker Trucking. He lives in Ottawa. It is so good to have you both on the program today. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it. Just to clarify, I don't live in Ottawa. I live in the Niagara region. We're in Ottawa for the Convoy.
Okay, I appreciate you giving me that clarification, Tim. But talk to me then about what brought you to Ottawa.
Well, yeah, it's pretty simple. What brings me to Ottawa is freedom. We need to be able to have freedom as Canadians. Number one, bodily autonomy. It's not optional. Number two, freedom of religion. Those are two very high things on our priority list. Myself, my brother, and my brother-in-law, and we can't give that up as Canadians.
Dennis, listening to what Tim is saying, you both are truck drivers. What is your response, your reaction to the convoy that's now made its way and is now in Ottawa?
Well, first, I'd just like to say I agree entirely that freedom is important. Freedom of bodily autonomy. To make a choice about vaccination is important. The mandate is something that will prevent guys from coming back into Canada without quarantine. That is what the mainstay of this protest is. This is not something that's going to force you to get vaccinated. You have the freedom to choose. There's a consequence and a responsibility that comes with your right to bodily autonomy. And this is just a consequence of your choice.
Tim, do you feel like you're being forced, that this mandate is forcing you? Or, I mean, you do have the right to choose not to be vaccinated, but you would have to quarantine whether you're on the Canadian side or the US side.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. People like to say that there's a right to choose in all of this. But being locked up, having your job taken away, and I know guys are saying, well, you can quarantine for 12 days, but that's not an option in the trucking industry to quarantine for 12 days. So you're basically taking people's ability to work away from them, and it's not optional. We can't do that anymore. The Canadian people have made it loud and clear. We do not want any mandates. We're done with it. It's been 23 months of, basically overbearing mandates, and the people are tired of it. We can't do it.
Dennis, I would like to get your response to what Tim is saying. I understand, 85% of truckers are vaccinated. There is that 15 or so percent or 10% or so of truck drivers who either are not or are part of this convoy. But Dennis, does this put you in a precarious situation?
I don't feel like it puts me in a precarious situation. I understand the hardship of having the job that you do, the job that you love, being taken away from you, the ability to do that part of the job. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms does guarantee some economic rights. However, it doesn't give you a right to do a particular job. The industry has requirements for many aspects of the work that we do. A cross-border mandate for vaccination is just another one of those mandates that we have to comply with. And the charter does not protect somebody doing an exact job. It sucks. It sucks for the people and the families affected. But this is the stuff that we need to do to make Canada safer overall and to stir up supply chain in the future.
Tim, are you concerned about getting COVID-19?
No, I've already had COVID-19. So there's a very big difference between trucking regulations and mandates against the people. We're not willing to have mandates that make people stay at home for 12 days when we're across the border twice a week. We cannot make a living doing that. And it's not only about making a living. Our God and Heavenly Father says to live as people that are free and not to use your freedom for evil intent. There's no evil intent in the people that do not want to be vaccinated. The intent of the unvaccinated, and it doesn't matter if I am or am not vaccinated, the intent is to take care of themselves. They haven't been given real science yet, and they're looking for real science. They can make their own choices for what goes in their body. Has nothing to do with regulations of logbooks or anything like that. And folks, we can't do it. Canadians have to stop it.
What kind of real science are you looking for, Tim?
We're looking, so real science that we're looking for is actually how dangerous is COVID-19.
People have died from it.
I realize people have died, and we don't want
Isn't
people
that
to,
dangerous enough?
we don't want anybody to die. That's obviously a true statement, but we haven't been given real numbers of what the difference is year over year of deaths. The media keeps portraying massive amounts of deaths from COVID-19. They are not portraying, and I can see your eyebrow raising there, they are not portraying.
Don't worry, Tim, it raises a lot. What you're saying is important.
Yeah, what they're not portraying is what the difference is year over year. We've been given people are dying from COVID-19, but how many people are dying from the flu in 2018 and 2017? In 2020, we had 13,000 more people die in Canada than in 2019. That's not the first time we had a 13,000 increase. We had a 13,000 person increase in 13 to 14 or 14 to 50. And I see you want to change the subject, but that's true numbers.
I want to know how Dennis is feeling about all of this, because it kind of puts all of you guys, I mean, you are essential workers. You are bringing goods and services back and forth, and you are, sacrificing your lives to make sure that people are getting the food that they need. But what the concern is that there are other messaging here that could put your initial message, it can muddy the waters. And I want to get Dennis's thoughts on here as well, because it essentially could affect everybody.
Without a doubt, this is an issue that has affected everybody in Canada, and it's affected the entire world. COVID has been a huge drain on everybody. The lockdowns have been hard. Our government has failed us in many ways. Justin Trudeau has not let us grade through this pandemic in my province of Ontario. Neither has Doug Ford. Our leaders have not done a good job in response. However, what is going on in Ottawa today and the attitude of these drivers that we have to end all mandate, we have to stop doing what we can to protect people in society, protect our way of life, it's just way too far, and it's way too far out there.
I'm going to have to leave it there, gentlemen, but we will be giving full coverage both sides of the issue. And Tim, I know you felt that we were trying to change the subject here, but your voice is very critical in all of this as well. And I thank you both, Dennis Levesque and Tim Jonker. I wish you both safety and well, and again, we do appreciate all the hard work you and those in the trucking industry do. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there a time for one last point?
One last point.
If the Canadians want to get a vaccination, they can get a vaccination. But Canada, you got to start realizing it isn't working. Even our dear Prime Minister, whom we all love, is now triple vaccinated and sitting at home because he can't go out. Obviously, the vaccination is not working, Canada. Wake up.
Okay, we appreciate your time. Dennis and Tim, again, stay safe and well.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All clear. Thank you so much.